The last thing I'd like to caution you about with your new Joomla website is the importance of keeping it up to date with the latest version of Joomla at all times. Joomla is open source software, and as such, means that all the source code is out there in the public domain. It means that anybody can take a look at that source code and evaluate it for security flaws. While that sounds rather scary to people that work in proprietary systems, what it means is that the code is very thoroughly vetted for security. Anyone can find a bug in it that would cause a security problem. The flip side is when those security problems are found, an update is issued by Joomla, and you need to get those installed on your sites as fast as possible. Do not let your sites go out of date. I've seen sites that are still running Joomla 1.5.8 in 2012, and Joomla 1.5.8 came out maybe in late 2008. Those are just invitations to get your site hacked and have a really bad day. So what I would encourage you to do is to make sure you stay on top of those updates. Fortunately, with Joomla 2.5, there are now some nice icons here on the control panel that make this process a lot easier. First of all, there is an icon right here in the bottom row that says Joomla is up to date. This icon checks to make sure you're running the most recent version of Joomla that's available, which, as of this recording, is Joomla 2.5.1. It's very likely that we're going to have a Joomla 2.5.2 and probably a Joomla 2.5.3 and many other releases as well. In fact, with Joomla 1.5, over the course of its life cycle, there were 25 separate dot releases like that, usually about every 6 weeks, and they contain security fixes and bug fixes and that kind of thing. At this point, with Joomla 2.5, the icon that you see here on your control panel will change. It'll turn into one of those triangles with the exclamation point in it that would tell you that the Joomla update is available. And if that Joomla update is available, you need to get it installed. So it's really nice that that's right there on the control panel. And that should work consistently for all of your Joomla websites. The icon next to it has to do with the extensions that you've installed for this website, any third-party extensions that don't ship with Joomla. Joomla now provides an interface for third-party developers who can choose to use this if they wish, that will go out and check to find out if any third-party developer has an update to their extension that happens to be installed. The trick is the third-party developers have to install the interface into their extension to make this icon work. So while this is here now in Joomla 2.5, I think it's a wonderful idea because it's very important you keep your third-party extensions up to date as well as your core Joomla. Because if you don't keep your third-party extensions up to date, that's another venue for people to hack into your website. Be careful in that you can't rely on this icon just yet. It's here. I anticipate that many, if not most, of the third-party developers will use this icon to indicate that there are releases available, certainly for the most popular ones. Some of the third-party extensions that are made by not very well-known developers or maybe somebody's college project or something that might be located on the Joomla extensions directory, not really all that quality extensions, they may wind up not using this icon. But in general, I think over time you'll be able to rely on it more. But right now, in early 2012, I would not rely on this icon to indicate that your Joomla extensions are up to date or not. Okay, so what happens if you see that Joomla has an update out or the extensions have an update out? I can't show you the whole process, but it is really, truly straightforward. What you're going to do is go to the Extensions Manager, under Extensions Extension Manager, and you're going to switch to the Update tab. Now, every time you switch to the Update tab, you will always see exactly the same message. There are no updates available at the moment. Please check again later. This is definitely a misnomer because this is the message that loads when you first go into the screen. It just tells you there's no updates available, even when you know there's an update available. So your first rule is never believe the message, and let's hope that Joomla fixes this from a usability perspective. The next thing you want to do is go over here to the upper right corner and click the Purge Cache button. And what that will do is it will purge any updates that it might have downloaded before and get ready to take a look out on the internet for more updates. Once you click the Purge Cache button, click the Find Updates button, and Joomla will run out to the internet and take a look around to find if there are any updates that are available. The error that you see here has to do with JoomlaContentEditor.net, and basically it's saying it couldn't open a website where JCE has its updates probably available. And I'm not sure why that error has come up. I don't know if that's a WAMP configuration issue or whether that is a problem on the server end for JCE, but it's not working at the moment. It may very well be worthwhile for me to just run on out and check the JCE site to find out if there is an extension update available and install it if so. JCE is one of those that changes pretty frequently, along with Akiba Backup and admin tools are three that change very, very regularly. If I did have an update that was available that I needed to install, I would see it listed here on the screen where it says there are no updates at the moment, and all I would need to do is put a check next to the update I want to run and click the update button in the upper right corner. As always, before you ever touch the update part of the Joomla website here, you need to make a backup. Back up your files and back up your database. Use Akiba Backup. It's a great way to do it very quickly and easily, and have that backup available to you, because if you run an update and something odd happens, something fails in the middle of your update, you could mess up your entire website as part of the update process. And you need a quick, easy way to roll back to that backup so you can try again. There are a lot of moving parts with updating websites, and if something can go wrong, it eventually will go wrong. Hopefully not on your website, hopefully not today, but you need to be prepared for that eventuality always. So make sure you back up anytime you're going to update Joomla or update your extensions. Very, very important.